Morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about design of digital IR filters, that is model 3. Here first we'll know what is meant by digital filter. Then we'll discuss designing of digital filter, that to design of digital IR filters. Uh, when a filter produces unit sample response that has infinite duration, it is called as infinite impulse response filter, that is IIR filter. If the digital filter has unit sample response having finite duration, then that filter is called as finite impulse response filter, that is FIR filter. There are different methods are used to design IR filters. Those are approximation of derivatives, impulse invariant transformation, bilinear transformation, matched jet transform, and least square filter design. But for our syllabus, only two methods are there. Those are impulse invariance transformation, IIT, and second one, bilinear transformation. These two methods are available. By using these two methods, we are going to design the digital IR filter. I mean to say that analog filter is converted into digital filter. Analog filter is converted into digital filter with the help of these two methods as per your syllabus. Reason why we are going to convert, nothing but why to design digital filter from analog filter. The reasons are: the procedure to design analog filter is readily available and it is highly advanced. And second point, when we design digital filter using analog filter, then the implementation becomes very simple. So because of that reason, we are converting analog filter to digital filter by these methods. Let us discuss first one, uh, impulse invariant uh, transformation technique, that is IIT. As I told, mainly in this concept, uh, designing of any filter means we must know the impulse response of the filter. If and only if we know the impulse response of the filter, then only we can design. So mainly the conversion from analog filter to digital filter means we know analog signal is converted into digital signal by the concept of sampling. Here also the objective of impulse invariant transformation, IIT, is develop an IR filter transfer function whose impulse response is the sampled version of the impulse response of the analog filter. Nothing but uh, we are designing the digital filter. We are designing the digital filter. That is, it is the sampled version. It is the sampled version of the transfer function of the analog filter. The main idea behind this technique is to preserve the frequency response characteristics of the analog filter. Okay, so consider let us consider h of t. It is the impulse response of the analog filter. Impulse response of analog filter. Now let us take Laplace transform. Laplace transform of the analog impulse response h of t. Then it gives the transfer function of analog filter, that is Laplace transform of h of t equal to h of s. So uh, when h of s has n distinct poles, capital N distinct poles, it can be expressed by partial fraction expansion method, is h of s equal to I summation over the limits I equal to 1 to n Ci divided by S minus Si, where Ci is the constant, associated with the partial fraction expansion of h of s. With the correspond to impulse response h of t, we can write h of t equal to summation over limits 1 to n Ci e to the power sit. Let us represent equation 2. Let us sample the impulse function, impulse response of the analog filter by sampling period t equal to something we are going to take. Next, h of t we are going to sample, then we are getting the digital filter impulse response, that is h of n. Hence, h of n equal to h of t, where if and only if we are getting digital filter t equal to n into t, where t is the sampling period. So we can write equation 3, h of n equal to h of nt. So in the previous equation, say equation 3, where t is replaced by nt. In equation 3, t is replaced by nt, that is we are getting h of n equal to h of nt summation over limits 1 to n Ci e to the power Si. Here t is replaced by nt. Let us make use of definition of Z transform. That to what we are finding the Z transform of impulse function h of n, that if the h of n is a causal sequence, then we can write h of z equal to summation over the limits 0 to infinity h of n z to the power minus n. Causal sequence means it has positive values. Let us substitute h of n here. H of n equal to what? H of n equal to summation over the limits 1 to n Ci e to the power Si nt. Same thing here I substituted. Then rearrange the summation terms. Then we are getting summation I equal to 1 to n Ci summation n equal to 0 to infinity e to the power Si into t z to the power minus 1. I will take n term common, power n term common, it is n. Okay. Next, we know that mathematical formula summation n equal to 0 to n a to the power n, we can write 1 divided by 1 minus a. So by using this formula we can write h of z equal to summation I equal to 1 to n Ci. By using this formula we can write this acts as a here, that is 1 divided by e to the power Si into t z to the power minus 1. So same thing I am writing once again, I equal to 1 to n Ci divided by 1 minus e to the power Si into t z to the power minus 1. Represent equation 5. Comparing equation, let us compare equation 1 and equation 5. Equation 1 means this one. Let us compare equation 1. This is equation 1, h of s equal to summation I equal to 1 to n Ci divided by s minus Si. Compare this equation with this equation, h of z equal to summation 1 to n Ci divided by 1 minus e to the power Sit z raised to minus 1. By comparing we can get that, so from the comparison we get that is 1 divided by s minus Si, that is transformed to 1 divided by 1 minus e to the power Si into t z raised to minus 1. Take the LCM, we can write z divided by z minus e to the power Si into t. Let us represent equation 6. So from this equation 6, what we are telling, what we got from the equation 6, what we got? Equation 6 will tell us that uh, it is an equation for impulse invariance transformation, nothing but S domain values are transformed to Z domain. In the next session, in the next class, we will discuss how we are going to transform S plane to Z plane, nothing but there is a, in the next session we are going to discuss mapping between S plane to Z plane. Thank you.